in the women's 4x4 who are in the call room.
But no Lieke Klaver or Femke Bol in this one. So I think they are ready then for just making the first two places. But I think it's a small risk, to be honest.
Well, it's exactly the same team for the Netherlands, isn't it, as yesterday? You can see it there. Evelina Solberg, Myrthe van der Schuut, Lisanne de Witte and Kathleen Peters. So the same four. As we mentioned earlier on, you can only make one change in the mixed relay, which Femke Bol and Lieke Klaver both ran in yesterday. So one of them had to run in the mixed. Are you surprised they're not running one in that?
Yeah, to be honest, yes. Because I think one of these four, yes, they were in it. Like.
So we'll talk more about the Netherlands when we get to their heat in just a moment. The second of the heat's coming up. Well, first of all, it is heat number 1, and there are 6 teams lining up. In fact, 5 teams. Dominican Republic are late withdrawals. They did have a team declared, Dominican Republic, but they are a DNS, as you can see there. So late problem for them, which means that 5 teams will contest the 2 places. India, therefore, are on the inside in lane 4. Which is not something you say too often. They have Rupal, Jatika Dandi, Vivama Vatitira and Suba Venkatessan. Running up for them. Germany, we've seen their male 4x1 sprinters go through. Alicia Smith, who ran in a mixed 4x4 earlier on this evening and ran very well, was back out about an hour and a bit later there in the women's 4x4 with Scotty Sheep.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. And you know, if you are passionate about track and field, you are going to love today's video. Jamaica once again prove why it remains one of the greatest sprinting nations in history, from an incredible position 1, 2 and 3 finish in the women's 400-meter final to a confident performance in the 4x400-meter relay qualifying rounds. The Jamaica women showed the world what determination, teamwork and championship mentality look like. So if you are proud of Jamaica or simply love great athletics, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into
this one, where Cherokee Young did yesterday. Brazil with Dos Santos Barreto, Leticia Lima, they were disqualified yesterday. Maria Decena and Annie Debassi, who also is running her second leg of the evening as well. And Colombia complete the lineup, the South American champions, with Paula Laboa, Cario Velez, Rosana Palacios and Naomi Castro. So we saw yesterday some pretty successful doubling up from the likes of Natalia Kazmarek of Poland and Ireland's Rashida Adeleke and Charlene Maudsley, who do go again in the mixed 4x4 for Ireland, by the way. They don't run in the women's 4x4 final later on. But the athletes, a couple of them doubling up here. Alicia Smith of Germany on the opening leg, Annie Debassi of Brazil on the anchor leg as well. We'll see what they can do here, Daphne, with the 2 in about an hour or so.
Yeah, but yesterday we saw it with the Island girl, so maybe it's possible.
Certainly that was some impressive, particularly Adeleke yesterday, clocking some 50 seconds twice in the space of a couple of hours. But, they get let off with just 1 run this evening. So here we go then with the women's 4x400 meters Olympic qualifying round 2. Named in it, the 4 names that had been submitted. They do not start, so 5 for the 2 places. You have to expect the Jamaican quartet, if they run to their ability here, into their form, this quartet should be strong enough to win this. With some in hand, you would think. So Renisha McGregor leading them off. She ran the anchor leg yesterday. I mentioned they've all switched around positions, none of them in the same position on this occasion. Alicia Smith of Germany running that second leg of the evening has got them in focus ahead, but Renisha McGregor has gone out best over the first 200 metres or so. Up on Brazil, Kenny dos Santos Barreto outside them. India had some misfortune yesterday with their men's team pulling up injured. Renisha McGregor. 3 of these teams haven't qualified a team from this championship so far, by the way. India, Brazil and Colombia looking for their first passports to Paris. Germany finishing strongly here. This is Alicia Smith in her second run of the evening, who's actually made it up on Renisha McGregor in the closing stages, who paid the price for that strong early start, and a really good second leg of the night from Alicia Smith there has put Germany in the box seat ahead of Brazil and Jamaica. Colombia right on the outside and India inside them, and the battle in the hand for Germany now of Skadi Shia. Jamaica have Cherokee Young, last night's lead-off runner. Brazil, the battle is in the hand of Leticia Lima. Gandhi had it for India, and it's Carla Velez for Colombia. Germany, Jamaica and Brazil away from the rest at the moment. At the battle for second place as Lima tries to close down on Cherokee Young, who herself is now chipping away at Skadi Shia. This is a much better second leg from Jamaica. Much better judgment from Cherokee Young, and India coming strongly down the home straight as well with Jatika Gandhi to put them in contention. They're going to be pretty much level with Germany by the time they pass the baton over. Ashley Williams heads off for Jamaica. India now in second position, and Germany have gone right back there. They make a bit of a mess of the change there, Germany. They did, which in a 4x4 is inexcusable, really, although the lactic of the incoming runner can always be a factor. So Germany have put themselves right under pressure now. Jamaica with that lead that's just being closed down by India's third leg runner, Obama Majatira. Ashley Williams out front for Jamaica. Germany having to work back with Mona Mayer just trying to come around the outside of the Brazilian athlete, Maria Decena. Jamaica 400 metres in Paris. Brazil finished third, Germany in fourth place. All you have to do is deal with the hand that you're given. India were given an advantage by that Germany changeover, and they made it count. Jamaica, we expected them to be strong favourites. That was a good example when it all comes together well for you there. We said that if they all run to their potential as you'd expect them to do, Jamaica, an experienced quartet like that was a good performance.
Jamaica is doing a really good job in these rounds because they're all true.
Come to winners, Jamaica joining their teams who progressed a little bit earlier on. And India, that is the first team that India have won through here from World Athletics Relays Bahamas 2024. I mentioned there's a big Jamaican contingent here. The changeovers. So this is the changeover here that went wrong.
Yeah, she started a little bit too early because she was so much lactic in her legs. That's what you can see in the last couple of meters. It was so difficult for her, and the incoming and the outgoing was like, okay, I need to go now, but that was a little bit too early. So she needs to stop and then wrap it and then go. That's the difficult thing of the 400 meters. You need to wait.
And the thing is, in the 4x4, I mean, it's obviously, it's half a second that you lose by just checking your stride slightly or making sure you're slightly safe. There's obviously another 399 metres you can make that up, whereas in a 4x1, it's obviously you've got to be ruthlessly efficient. In the 4x4, it's surprising to see a team make a mess up like that. Yeah,
the changeover is not that important. You have all the time to make it okay. You need to wrap it and go. That's enough. Like, you cannot win that much time in it.
Well, small margins, unfortunately for Germany. That costly change left Jamaica and India to come through and put their places at the Olympic Games. Good performance from Jamaica to seal their passage in the first of the women's 4x400 metre heats, with India taking the second spot ahead of Brazil and Germany paying the price for that poor battle change. Local time here, just after 8:30 in the evening here in Nassau. Warm-up track off to the right of the shot there, where the athletes for our World Athletics Relays finals will be going through their warm-ups and final preparations. We have heat 2 and 3 on the way in the women's 4x400 meters. 6 nations lining up for this one, including the Netherlands, who, as we mentioned, go with the same quartet that failed to qualify yesterday, resisting the temptation to bolster with either Femke Bol or Lieke Klaver. They have Melissa Padron, Rosa Almanza and Lisnady Letitia ahead of them. Here's the Netherlands lineup with Evelina Solberg, Myrthe van der Schoot, Lisanne de Witte and Kathleen Peters. I'll get Daphne's thoughts in a moment briefly on whether she would have put in Bol or Klaver. Showing faith in the Dutch selectors in sending the same 4 out again, as we see Karina Vanessa, the lead-off runner for Portugal. In lane 7, Sofia Lamachina, Juliana Guerrero and Vera Barbosa. Outside will be Botswana, who have never qualified for the Olympics in this event, the women's 4x4. There's their final leg runner, Christine Motleketswe. Prior to her, Motlatsi Ranti, Kalafele Morocco and Marangi Refilwe for Botswana. So briefly, Daphne, would you have put in Klaver or Bol?
Yes.
It is brief. Which one would you have chosen in this?
I think it doesn't matter that much, but I think it's to be safe. I will do that. I think just because of the Olympic tickets, you never know.
But as you look at the relative strength of these other teams, should this Dutch quartet have enough to win this?
I think so. They can do it as well, because these girls are also very strong. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't take the risk, I think.
Maybe they're prioritising the $40,000 that will be up for grabs if they can win the mixed relay 4x400 meter final a little bit later on in the programme. So it's heat 2 of 3 in the women's 4x400 meters relay, chasing those 2 spots. So Botswana on the outside with Ranti to lead them off. Portugal at 7. Evelina Solberg. Actually, a couple of the Netherlands runners yesterday, they posted 52-second splits, which is not going to be enough at this level. So the shoot and De Witte at 52s yesterday, as we see Cuba. Switzerland, again, the question marks will be there until we see the performances of Anina Farr and Julia Sen on legs 2 and 4, who ran earlier in the evening. Joan Chirono to lead off from Kenya. Here we go then. They're relay teammates. They're a close-knit bunch at the training centre in Papendal, the Netherlands squad. I'm sure we'll be watching on either from over on the warm-up track or from listening on from the call room or watching some kind of footage to see how their teammates get on here. Evelina Solberg out of lane 6 for the Netherlands will be obviously keen to get them off to a good start. Switzerland with Lena Venley are the ones who are just breaking from that even split in the early stages down the first 50 metres or so of the back straight. Well, on the outside, Botswana with Latsi Ranti between them and the Netherlands. Karina Vanessa of Portugal. Switzerland, the close run up on Melissa Padron of Cuba. Solberg, slightly ungainly style with her arm carriage. She out to the side, Evelina Solberg down the home straight. Melissa Padron has saved some in the tank here to come past Switzerland and redress the balance of the lane draw as we come up to the first change. Cuba just ahead of Switzerland and the Netherlands, and right on the outside Portugal. No issues with the changeovers on that occasion. Botswana and then Kenya. The 2 African teams at the moment at the back of the sextet of teams. Only 2 places up for grabs. The Netherlands back near the hand of Myrthe van der Schoot. For Cuba, it's Rosemary Almanza. Anina Farr then testing those legs for a second time this evening. And for Portugal, it's Sofia Lamachina in 4th position. Very tight between Switzerland and Cuba again as they come around that bend. Almanza was certainly not wanting to run any wider than she needed to there. But Van der Schoot and Switzerland again, Farr just out out to try and get a bit of room. She feels confident enough to go past the Netherlands. She needed a bit of room to do so. She just eased her way out. And again, that's another really impressive performance on her second run of the evening. Sen is running her second anchor leg in the space of a couple of hours. But for the Netherlands, it's Kathleen Peters and Switzerland. They will have to contend with some pressure from behind by Roxana Gomez here. A measured start from Sen for Switzerland in second position. Now the afterburners go on from Roxana Gomez, trying to take advantage of that moderate first 200 metres from Switzerland, but Sen will hope that she saved enough to come and charge round to the home straight. Netherlands at the moment with Peters in the position to accelerate down the home straight. Here comes Sen with another of her attacks down the home straight. Netherlands looking good. Peters bringing them home, and Julia Sen excelling herself again for Switzerland. Once again, it's Europe to the fore in this one. Netherlands and Switzerland take the top two spots. Both have had a great championships. Switzerland had a brilliant night.
That was a very strong last lap from Peters as well, because they were really good in the mix, and I think they make really smart decisions, because you saw every time when the group is coming before the bend, it's always difficult because you have always elbows and all that stuff like that, but they try to give a little bit more speed on and then try to catch on. Like, I think it was a pretty strong run, and I'm very happy to see them.
Julia Sen looks like she's ready for a lie down, I think. Netherlands, I guess the selectors had faith in the four. They sent out Daphne. They said, come on, we know you're going to be good enough to go out there. You don't need us to bring in Femke Bol or Lika Klava, and I guess it will feel good to those girls that they've repaid the selectors' faith in them.
Yeah, and they train very hard and they train together, and that's also one of the good things of the 4x1 teams. They trust each other, they are friends with each other, they are okay with each other. So I think that's one of the things that you need in a team, and it's nice for them to see, like, it's all about like Lika Klava or Femke Bol, but these girls are training also very hard, and yeah, I'm very happy to see this.
I think the way the Olympic schedule is shaped as well. I think the individual 400 metres and the one of the relay events is, I think, the mixed relay event. There's a slight crossover as well, so they will need some extra resources. You can't just have Femke Bol and Lika Klava in everything, because they'll have their own individual medal prospects, of course, as well. But the Netherlands quartet side now.
Well, you know, dare I say it, she's very fit. She's ready to go on floor. She's been performing well. Probably more concerned about a couple of the other girls just getting the right bounce on the floor. I suspect this floor feels a little bit strange. That's why we've seen a few falls already.
And free cartwheel. She didn't manage to kick a leg over the top. It's unsavable. So it's change half in the combination. Extra jump in case the judges didn't reward the first one. Poor on the quality. Just the dismount to go.
Fourth in the Moscow World Championships last year, sixth at the London Olympics. 14 metres and 59 in 2014, a lifetime best of 14 metres and 62 last year. She's going to want to improve on 14 metres 11. Fourth round attempt. Nope, she runs through, no improvement. Two more jumps left
to come from the pool here on the Games channel, but as you can see, we're back at Hampden. We're looking forward to the women's 400 metre final coming up very shortly, but now we can rejoin the closing stages of the women's triple jump final.
This is a nice jump. She's the champion, she has the gold. Oh, and it's big. It's going to be an improvement for Kimberly Williams from Jamaica. It does look further than the gold medal winning jump. And the athlete that was fourth at the World Championships last year, sixth in those London Olympics, is going to have extended The distance that she jumped to win the gold. And the 25-year-old not going to challenge a season's best here of 14:59, but she's going to leave Glasgow 2014 as the Commonwealth champion.
Another gold medal for Jamaica. A bronze medal as well for Jamaica. The first time since 1970 that Jamaica have won two medals in the men's 100 metres.
One more event for them this evening, the 200 metres, and then they'll come back tomorrow for the rest. The next event on the track then, the final of the women's 400 metres. Here is your lineup. 3 Jamaicans, lanes 3, 4 and 5. And the defending Commonwealth champion in 6. In lane number 8, Kelly Massey of England. Won Commonwealth Games relay silver in Delhi, the UK champion. Ran a personal best to qualify for this final of 52.19 seconds. In lane number 7, the former World Youth and World Junior champion at this event from the Bahamas, Shauna Miller. 20 years old, sub 51 at her best. In lane 6, the defending Commonwealth champion, the former world champion, Amantle Moncho of Botswana. Nearly defended that world title last year, lost out on the dip, finished to Britain's Christina Hurrigu. Lane 5, Noveline Williams-Mills of Jamaica, 4th in the world this year, 8 times the Jamaican champion. In lane number 4, also from Jamaica, is Christine Day. She led off the Jamaican team, which won 2012 Olympic relay bronze. 50.16 seconds, a lifetime best in 2014. Completing the Jamaican trio, Stephanie Ann McPherson, 49.92 seconds. McPherson in good form. Sade Abugan of Nigeria in lane number 2. The World Junior champion back in 2008, and completing the lineup, Kaniki Alexander of St Vincent and the Grenadines, their national record holder at this event, indoors and out. The women's 400 metre final, the games record belongs to Moncho, 50.10 seconds. Will she have to go that quick here this evening to defend her title? Williams-Mills, 4 successive world relay medals for the Jamaican in 5. Well, it's a clean start in the final of the women's 400 metres. Moncho's going off well in lane number 6. Abugan of Nigeria in lane number 2 is making some headway as well. But in lane number 6, Amantle Moncho, the defending champions, being chased by Williams-Mills from Jamaica. Williams-Mills inside of the defending champion. She's tracking up. They're going through 200 metres. These 2 athletes are currently well clear of the rest of the field. McPherson in 3's going well. Day's trying to respond in lane 4. But here's your battle. Williams-Mills heads Moncho coming into the home straight. Moncho, the defending champion. McPherson of Jamaica in lane number 3 is having a storming finish. Stephanie McPherson of Jamaica, she's going to get it. The Jamaicans win 50.68 seconds. Stephanie McPherson from Jamaica. It's not a season's best, but the lane 3 athlete, Stephanie McPherson, many before the final called her to potentially win this race. 50.67 seconds. Williams-Mills from Jamaica takes the silver in 50.86. and they're deciding who's got the bronze. Christine Day of Jamaica, a 1-2-3. McPherson, Williams, Mills and Day, and the defending champion, Amantle Moncho, has to settle for fourth.
She went out too hard, Catherine. She knew that Williams Mills was coming through inside her. A great effort from the Jamaicans to produce the clean sweep, but Moncho had nothing left when the three Jamaicans came back to her. Williams Mills, you could argue, went too hard as well because she had no response when McPherson came through on the inside, and by 1/100th of a second, Christine Day out-dipped the tired Moncho on the line, and for the second successive year, a lack of dip has cost Moncho. Last year, it cost her a gold in the World Championship. This year, it cost her a bronze, but she just went out far too hard. McPherson judged it to perfection.
You literally had two separate races, because what Noveline Williams Mills was doing in lane 5 was tracking and following Amantle Moncho in lane 6, and then there was another little race developing inside. Look at the replay here. Williams Mills in 5, Moncho in 6.
Of course, guys, welcome back to this channel, and straight away we go to the video. Let's get into it. You know, Jamaica makes history in the women's 400-meter final, delivered one of the most unforgettable moments of the championship. The race featured some of the world best athletes, but when the runners entered the final straight, it became clear that Jamaica had something special. Stephen McPherson powered her way to victory with an outstanding performance. Close behind her was experienced teammate Noveline Williams, who fought hard to secure the silver medal. Then came Christine Day, who showed tremendous determination to capture the bronze medal. When all three Jamaican athletes crossed the finish line, history had been made. A clean sweep of the podium, you know, gold, silver, bronze. Seeing three Jamaican flags raised after one event was a proud moment, not only for the athletes but also for every Jamaican around the world. Now, defeating the defending champion, what made the victory even more impressive was the level of competition. The defending champion entered the race as one of the favorites and was expected to challenge strongly for another title. Instead, Jamaica's athletes executed their race plans brilliantly. Their pacing, strength in the final 100 meters and mental toughness proved too much for the rest of the field. This wasn't simply about the speed, it was about preparation, confidence, and believing they could finish together on the podium. That belief paid off in spectacular fashion. The excitement didn't stop there. Attention then shifted to the women's 4x400 meter relay qualifying rounds. Relay races are very different from individual events. Success, in these such events depends not only on speed but also on teamwork, communication, and flawless baton exchange. Of course, there should be a flawless baton exchange. The Jamaican quartet understood exactly what was required. Each runner in this race stayed composed. They stayed composed, maintaining excellent rhythm, and handed over the baton smoothly. Guys, and by the final leg, Jamaica had positioned itself comfortably among the qualifying teams. Up to that point, the mission was accomplished. The team advanced safely to the next round while conserving enough energy for the race ahead. It was another professional performance from a nation that has built a reputation for excellence in relay events. So let's look at Germany's costly mistake. So while Jamaica celebrated qualification, Germany experienced a heartbreak. Their relay team was running competitively for much of the race. Everything appeared to be under control until the baton exchange between the third and final runners. Unfortunately, A small mistake during that exchange cost them valuable momentum. In relay races, fractions of a second can determine, everything. The hesitation allowed other teams to move ahead, leaving German unable to recover before the finish line. So guys, this serves as another reminder that relay races require perfect execution. Even the fastest athletes cannot overcome a poor baton exchange. So Jamaica succeeds on the international stage. How does such a small nation continue producing world-class athletes? The answer goes far beyond natural talent. So let's look at it. Jamaica has a built sporting culture based on discipline, hard work, and consistency. Young athletes grew up dreaming of representing their country. They compete in highly competitive school championships that prepare them for international competition. So from the races that you have watched, this indicates that Jamaica continues sending a powerful message to the rest of the athletics world, whether it's individual races or relay competitions. Jamaica athletes consistently rise to the occasion when it matters most. Fans now have every reason to be excited about the upcoming finals and future international championship. If these performances are any indications, Jamaica's track and field legacy is far from over. The future remains incredible bright. So in conclusion, maybe I just ask this: what do you think about Jamaica's incredible win of 1, 2, 3 position 1, 2, 3 that they have swept in the women's 400 meters? Were you impressed by the relay team's qualifications? And what lesson can other nations learn from Jamaica's consistency and winning culture? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications bar. Thank you for watching, and all credit goes back to the original creators of this video. See you in the next video.